always hit the nail on the head. So check this out, my Miami Hurricane fans. Now, going into 2021, you already know we're going to talk about wide receivers. Now, if you ask me, I do believe that two starting position has already been claimed, but nonetheless, it's just after spring. But I do think that Mike Harley, of course, will be in the slot. And then you'll have on the outside, Rambo. Now, we do need another guy on the outside. Who will that guy be? Right now, if you ask me, I think it's going to be between three guys. Between Mark Pope. Yeah, Mark Pope. Wiggins. Yeah, Wiggins. And Keyshawn Smith. Now, I must say, I'm highly favoring Keyshawn Smith, but whoever wins out, whoever starts, I'm rooting for him. It is what it is. We all know the deal with Mark Pope and Wiggins situation. We've been through it, but at the end of the day, they're Miami Hurricanes. They go out on the field, the ball is thrown their way. I'm praying that they catch it, plain and simple. Keyshawn Smith did pretty well in the spring game, 2 touchdowns. I think he had like 63 yards, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all could correct me in the comment section. But nonetheless, Keyshawn Smith. Now, other guys that I think will be, factors throughout the season, Restrepo, if I'm saying his name correctly, Xavier. I do think that not just him, let me see, who else? Who else will make a, I'm not quite sure if we're going to see too much of Reddins. Not quite sure if we're going to see too much of Jeremiah Payton or Worsham. I'm not sure how much of those guys we're going to see. But keep in mind, Rob Lycan did say out of his own mouth that he's trying to rotate like 8 to 9 guys. So, you'll have your starting 3 and then those other guys will rotate in. So we might do see what some of these wide receivers has to offer. As long as the O-line holds up, plays are developed, some of these guys get open, we might see what it is that we have in wide receiver going into the future. Now, if you ask me at the end of the season, there's no doubt Mike Harley is gone. There's no more eligibility for him, so he'll be gone. And then on top of that, I do believe that Charleston Rambo will leave also to go to the NFL draft, to the NFL. So that'll be 2 wide receivers, maybe more depending on the season that these other guys have. But I doubt that anybody else would leave. That would mean Mark Pope, Wiggins, one of those 2 guys, probably would, end up hitting the NFL draft. So if Mike Harley and Rambo is gone, that'll leave us with 10 wide receivers. That's including, Romello Brinson, Jacoby George, and Brashard Smith. Those guys are not on campus yet. They're not enrolled. We haven't seen them in practice. We haven't seen them in the spring. They will be here in the summer. So those guys will be battling for a spot too. But based on what we've seen and based off, practice and experience through the spring game and stuff like that, most likely those guys will be a little bit on the back burner. Now, I do believe that Romello Brinson can come out and make an impact right away. Not much play time, but nonetheless, if you put him in the game, he's like 6'2", 195 pounds, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure he could go out there and, cause havoc. And if that does, then we might have to relook the wide receiving group throughout the season. But let me know what you guys think. I think the starters, as of right now, would be Mike Harley, Charleston Rambo, and question mark for that 3rd position. 8 to 9 guys being rotated in. So who's going to come in and make an impact? Who's going to hold down that 3rd spot? Is it Keyshawn Smith? Is it Wiggins? Is it Mark Pope? Who knows? Xavier, who's gonna dominate that third starting spot to where it's like, okay, we're solid. We got these three guys, they're starting, everybody else rotate. Let me know how y'all feel. It is what it is.